There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir.
What, are you gonna say the ID number? Yeah. Can you not? I mean, his ID card was found at the prosecutor's lot. So can you, like... I don't know. Something. It's my explanation. Something is amiss. And afoot. I don't know what it is, but it's something, and that's all I got. That was a pretty short testimony. I have the ID card record right here, Your Honor. I don't know. Meekins, honestly, you were the one in there right before him. I wouldn't be surprised if you somehow left the door open. But that doesn't explain why his ID card would be there, so I don't know what that means. Just before the crime, huh? Yes, without a doubt. This is the victim's ID. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have... Is the judge pointing out something that's actually valid and helpful? No fucking way. Judge? I can't believe it. This is like my child's first steps. I cannot believe this. You have graduated from literally retarded to just figuratively retarded. I can't believe it. I'm so proud. Please keep this up, man. I'm rooting for you. This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases. Special cases? Extremely violent cases involving police staff. Huh. Yeah, that's probably not a ton. There were only a few cases up for transferal there. That's why I got confused before, too, when I was like, wait a minute, where's the evidence room? Where's the... Because I was thinking of the records room, which was at the Criminal Affairs Department, and then that's the evidence room, and that's a special room, so that's another thing I said last time that I was confused about. So, he only said like 3 things. I mean, there was really no need to press that, but it might be right, because you never know, but we'll go back to it if it is. Actually, that's not really that interesting either. Oh, he said 4 things? I'll start from the back. Start there. Somebody else could have used his card. We just know that it was his card. Even though we found it at the prosecutor's place, I don't know.
He didn't show me any ID card, sir.
So he didn't have one, but he used one to get in. How did he fake it? Yeah, that is weird. Well, if he wasn't Goodman, but he had Goodman's ID, then the face wouldn't match, so that would have been a giveaway, so I understand why he wouldn't have done that. Everything stems from contradictions. Let's point them out.
Mr. Wright, what do you think?
I'm confused. What? The problem with this ID card testimony is far too obvious. It's not like Edgeworth to miss something like this.
You're thinking too hard about it. Come on, let's show them what we've got.
Alright, started at the back, so I guess we'll just go to the front now. It's fine. Press the other stuff instead. You believe this to be rock solid?
Yes, sir. Solid as stone, sir. If my hand wasn't wrapped in bandages, I'd even give the V for victory sign.
Are you not aware that you have 2 hands? I'm saying... Oh my god. He's not aware that he can use his right hand as he's using it. I can't react anymore. It's just, I'm numb to it now. The only way I can have a reaction is if somebody's actually smart. Like the judge, because that was such a rarity. Wow. Stupidity, I can't, it's just the norm. But what if someone were to steal it from you, keeping it out in the open like that? It's entirely possible. And apparently Gumshoe's lost his 3 times, so yeah. If you can't even keep your tie out of the car door.
Instead of the door closing, my ID card... Oh, so...
So is it possible that one time your ID card got ripped off somehow and That could happen to somebody else too in any variety of ways. But the thing is, we found it at the other place, which proves it couldn't have been Bruce Goodman, but it was still his ID card number, so how could he have gotten in then? That's the weird part. It's the last one I haven't pressed. If it gets me nothing, I'll have to present. Let me see. Yes, that would be it. What's the matter? According to this, Mr. Edgeworth, your name is on here. Yes, it is. So it is, Your Honor. The audience. The audience. Is that, what is it technically called? The audience? Or just the whatever, I guess? Whatever. Always Edgeworth, though. The Inquiry Committee will want to speak with you again today. I have nothing to be ashamed of regarding my actions or the consequences. Let us continue with the cross-examination. Oh, so there was nothing about the case, just about Edgeworth. Alright, so yeah, but I guess I'll have to present the card here, because he couldn't have. But then how did he get in? I don't know. That's the thing. Every time you figure out one thing, it's like, but then, yeah, there's also this other thing, so how that? Don't know. I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene. Not the police department one. No, it doesn't, because I'm talking about the prosecutor's office. Yeah, the other one. The other crime scene. The underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card. A lost item report. It's only half completed. Yeah. Also, on that, when he was writing his number, he wrote 5 and then the next number scratched out. It doesn't even look like an 8, which is the next number in his number. Maybe that's just drawn that way and it's not important, but it doesn't even look like an 8. And actually, you know what? That's probably because... Well, you know what? Never mind. I was gonna say, because maybe this other person filled that out, pretending to be Goodman, and they accidentally started writing down their own number, forgetting that they were supposed to write down Goodman's. But I think Goodman actually is the one who filled it out, because he lost his ID, but he stopped for some reason. I don't know if he didn't want to admit that he lost it, or something else happened. Okay, so that's what he lost. But then why was it at the Oh my god, I'm so fucking confused. So if he wasn't at the the detective's office, the police department, he was the one at the prosecutor's lot then. Because we found the body there, so that was him. And that's also where the card was. And that was at the same time as the police department. So if it was there with his body, how did he lose it? Unless the other guy filled... What? How did... What in... Fuck. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card. But it was there with his body at the prosecutor's place. That makes sense to how this guy got in there. He had the actual card, but then what was the card we found at the prosecutor's office? The one that we have in our hands right now. That guy was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card. But then why was the ID card at the prosecutor's lot? At the same time. I have only one thing to say to the defense. Bravo, Mr. Wright. Bravo. Allow me to summarize the defense's argument. This is going to sound like nonsense, isn't it? Because this case is insane. At 5:15 p.m. on the day of the crime, the man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman. There are 2 grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright? Yes. What's he up to? That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in this video is a fake, then the murder in the evidence room is also fake. What? Hold the fuck up. I feel like you just went from A to L. How did you get there? What? Where? What? I mean, that's entirely possible, yes, but how does that prove it? Because it's a different guy, that means the murder was fake? It probably was, yes, but I don't see how those two things are connected. I mean, yeah, it clearly doesn't, and that's obvious, but I don't see how that's relevant to anything that's happening right now. I feel like we skipped a line or two. I kind of feel like you should have pointed out that the ID was found at the prosecutor's lot. It's kind of my point, and it probably would have been a good thing for you to say. What have I gone to prove? It proves that there was no murder at the police department. It really doesn't. It doesn't at all, actually. But okay, I guess I'll go along with you with your logic. Quotations, logic. But going by that weird logic, that means that he was murdered at the prosecutor's office, which means we're back to blaming Lana Skye, which means that I'm just kind of working towards proving my defendant guilty. But then there's the Jake Marshall handprint. I haven't gotten to that yet. And also... Yeah, but... I'm not saying he's a fake victim. I'm saying he's not Goodman. He probably isn't a victim. He probably didn't get murdered. I'm just saying he's not Goodman. And there's no connection between these things that you're saying. So... Yeah, that's the thing. But that's not, no. And even if there was a murder there, it doesn't mean it was Lana Skye, so... God damn it. Damn it all. God. So we screwed ourselves a little bit. Although... It was all a trap from the beginning. The activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Alright, who took over the writing for the judge? This is not the same character. This is not... He would never say anything like this. Who exactly was the victim? That's what I'm saying. We gotta know who he was still. Where did he disappear to? However, this trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman. Just so, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, you have to do something, or else Lana...
What do I do? How am I supposed to get myself out of this? I'll object. One moment, Your Honor. What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you've just proven. I didn't prove jack shit. Which, oddly enough, is something to be proud of in this situation. What are you talking about? This cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only. The security video did not show the actual murder. Yes? What are you, Gant? Speak! Oh my god! Hello? Huh. However, it cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. That too. That works out fine. Yeah, there's that thing. Large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defense demands further examination of the truth of the matter. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. If this court were to examine this further, other witnesses will be necessary. Is this prosecution prepared? I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident. This just might be my chance. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand. Walker himself. Your Honor, the defense would like to request a specific witness, but are we going to take a break first? Because it said trial former. Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth. The truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room. So does that mean it was him instead of Goodman? Could it have been him? Before deciding whether or not to comply. Very well then, Mr. Wright. This person whom you would have testify, what is his or her name? His name is Jake Marshall. Like, why are they even giving me a choice? He literally said a Texas Ranger. Who else would there be? Officer Jake Marshall. Why him? I can't let him know everything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say. The prosecution agrees to the defense's request. Since he was responsible for God in the room, he should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need longer than... Okay, so we're going to take a break. And we'll get him. Court will take a 30-minute recess. Alright. Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time? Court in recess. Well, okay then. I still don't know what's happening. Sorry about almost proving your guilt. Although I'm not, because you said that you did it. There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright? Huh? What do you mean? You called for Jake Marshall. It seems you figured everything out. I know nothing at all. I haven't figured anything out, but you said you didn't know anything either. Lana, you're the one who knows that. Does she? Emma, you always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you. I don't recall ever asking for his protection. How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me? Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Wow, really good way to kill the mood, man. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Okay. I guess that was just to break the tension. Detective Gumshoe, what is it? You got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run all around while on duty. And to top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals.
Sorry, Detective.
You better be, pal. Hey. Whoa, okay, old bag. I didn't see you there, Miss Sky.
That's okay, so have you brought what I asked?
Oh, stop it, stop. Oh, God. You mean this, right?
My apologies, Detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request.
My name? I was gonna say, what was he running around for? Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Could I bother you to bring me the SL9 incident files? I'll need them by noon. Talk about crazy. The SL9 incident.
But Lana, that's... I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I can't believe you, the chief prosecutor, were a witness in that case.
Miss Sky
was a witness? Okay. That just adds a whole nother level. Jesus! Take it from me, you don't want anything to do with serial murders. I would imagine I don't. Oh, what? Now that I've brought you your stuff, you're just gonna ignore me? Well, I didn't ask for it. But I do thank you. Both. Wait, what? Don't tell me. How are you connected to it? Is it like a family member? Was the serial killer like your dad or something?
It's a classification number the police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Darke killings.
Oh my God! Joe Darke? Wow. Okay. Yeah, it's... Who's Joe Darke? Or maybe he wasn't the relative or somebody they knew who was the killer but was killed. Even more of a connection. Are you kidding me? And Emma ran away? I just remembered I gotta be somewhere. Sorry, pal, I'm out of here. You just introduced another whole aspect of this thing? Are you kidding? I haven't answered any questions and you presented that shit. I guess I've answered some. I know it wasn't Goodman at the evidence room. Yeah, I know. It's weird. This can't be. I know it's obviously not. You just might be able to figure it out. I hope so. Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck. Thanks. I'm gonna need that luck for sure. My God, so that is just crazier and crazier. Thank you very much for watching, and we will continue the trial next time.